In recent years, cloud computing has seen exponential growth, with more and more businesses mitigating or migrating their data, and applications to the cloud. According to a report by Statista, a World Bank public cloud computing market is expected to reach an estimated $675 billion US dollars in this year, 2024. This encompasses business processes, platform infrastructure, software management, security, and advertising services delivered by public cloud services. But what is driving this rapid adoption of cloud computing? What is in it? What are the prospects? What are the challenges? Let's get talking now, and I'm being joined by cloud engineer, Mr. Chukwuka Nwobolu. He joins us live from the United Kingdom to look at this very important topic of discuss. Thank you for joining the program. It's good to have you in.
Yeah, thank you. Hi, Tolu, and thank you for having me here today.
Great. It's your first time on the show. So a round of applause for you there. Thank you so much for joining the program. Yes. Now, let's start with that. It's not an elementary question, really, but what really is cloud computing and how has it evolved over the past decade?
Okay. So when you say cloud computing, some people might think it's just about OneDrive or storing your pictures or your files on the cloud, but it's actually more than that. So cloud computing is basically having your infrastructure. You know, different companies have their servers, their computers, and all their devices on premises. So cloud computing is basically having all your IT resources hosted on the cloud. And we have different platforms that it can be hosted on, platform like Azure, Microsoft Azure. We have Google Cloud Platform and AWS. So you can actually have your servers, have some of these infrastructures, have your applications, your website, and different tools that you can actually host in the cloud. And the history, cloud computing started long ago, and it started through different development of different technologies, different demands for a scalable solution whereby the industries can then scale up their infrastructure without having any cost effectiveness. So it started early in the 1990s or the early 2000s. That's when the idea of cloud computing emerged. And before then, it was a client-server relationship, but now we have cloud computing whereby these IT resources can be hosted in the cloud. And once it's hosted, it can then be managed and also be used for different services in the cloud. So cloud computing also helps in evolving different types of technologies. For example, before there was nothing like machine learning and artificial intelligence, but now some of these machine learning, artificial intelligence, and some of these features have also been integrated into the cloud computing. We have edge computing, we have development tools like DevOps tools, we have cost effectiveness and scalability, use of tools like load balancers and the likes, which are evolving things in the cloud computing industries. And also cloud computing has evolved all over the world, whereby we have different data centers where these data can be stored and also accessed, having low latencies just in case there are any natural disasters. You can also have high availability, have redundancy, and also security. So that is the cloud computing and how it evolved over the years.
Brilliant way to really start this conversation today. But why should businesses consider migrating to the cloud?
Okay, so one of the reasons why business can migrate to the cloud is to drive innovation and also drive growth and also cost effectiveness. By moving to the cloud, businesses can actually avoid the heavy cost of managing their resources, paying for buildings, maintaining physical infrastructures like servers, buying up licenses that they might not use. But if these businesses are in the cloud, we have what we call pay-as-you-go subscriptions, whereby they can pay for actually what they use, and what they don't use, they don't need to pay for things like that. And they can always scale up. For example, if they have few resources in the next 5 to 10 years, they want to scale up, they want to add more resources, they want to add more staffs, they want to add more infrastructures, they can also scale up. And also for the cost effectiveness, cloud computing is actually cheaper than having infrastructures because it reduces the IT expenses, the need for in-house software licenses, the need for more IT staffs, allows the business to also allocate their resources towards other critical areas. For example, if you have some budgets which you're going to spend on your staffs, or you want to spend those budgets on your infrastructures, buying a physical server that might cost you millions, you can actually use that money to actually invest in other parts of your business. And that way you actually cost in all over your business, and also helps in getting different scalability options. You can always increase your operations. You want to have different branches, you want to have different investment. You can have everything stored on the cloud, and this also help to scale the business. And also there's this flexibility of working anywhere, anytime, where you have today's digital age where you can also work remote. And also these tools can be accessed, this application or these tools can be accessed remotely. And the IT staffs or the different organization bodies can actually collaborate together and also use different workforce. We have Scrum or Agile methodologies can also be used. So I think the cloud has robust ways of helping businesses, so businesses can quickly move to the cloud and also save them costs, save them so many things that are needed on the cloud.
So much benefits there that you had identified in your response. But let me follow up with saying, how can cloud computing now drive growth and innovation for small and medium-sized enterprises? These days, we talk so much about the SMEs and contributions to economic development. How can cloud computing help them drive this?
Yes, so small and medium enterprise businesses, SMEs, are the backbone of most economies today in the world. And they also account for majority of businesses and employ a significant portion of workforce. So for SMEs, they face challenges due to limited resources. SMEs also have smaller teams, and adopting the cloud computing can help SMEs overcome some of these challenges and enable growth. So here's how it can also help. One, you have reduced IT costs. So one of the biggest advantage of cloud computing for SMEs is reduced IT costs, and they can avoid large capital expenditures on hardware and software. Instead of maintaining and purchasing their own IT infrastructure, they can actually access some of these tools and also invest in these tools so that the SME can actually have a more variable cost. SME can also have, they can also achieve greater financial scalability. Now, for the scalability, since cloud computing offer easy scalabilities, the SME can easily scale up. Let's say, for example, their businesses are to increase, they scale up, or they can also scale down their businesses due to the changing needs or due to the business needs. This level of agility is different. It's very difficult to achieve when they have an on-premises resource which they must manage and they must use every time. They must allocate their resources to these resources. Similarly, some workloads can become redundant. That means there are some workloads that they might not use over a period of time. So some of these redundant businesses can release some of these resources by stop paying for them, and this scalability allows SME to remain lean, flexible, and also adapt to market changes. Then another features is that for the SMEs, they have access to advanced technologies. Cloud computing has access to advanced technologies like artificial intelligence, machine learning, analytics. We have Internet of Things, and so many of them that are previously only within reach of larger organizations. So now even the small organizations can have access to these kind of features, and the SMEs can leverage these features on demand without needing any deep expertise or any upfront investment. And they can also start small, they can test, they can have low cost, they can scale up as needed. And this will allow the SME to have more productivity and also improve their customer experiences. So that is how the SMEs should go on in getting the cloud computing fitted for their businesses.
Now, as an expert in this field, because I saw your bio and I saw a lot of work you've done, I must appreciate that, honestly. You've done a lot when it has to do with cloud computing and all of that. What advice would you give to businesses that are hesitant about adopting cloud computing at this time?
Okay, so some businesses are still existent because they might not be aware of some of these features I've mentioned, and sometimes the fear of going into something new, and the scared of going into something unknown. So I would advise businesses to start small by moving a few workloads. You can also businesses can have hybrid type of environment. That means having partly on premises and partly on cloud. And with time, they can then move fully into the cloud if they're scared. And these workloads that you move into the cloud, you can learn about them. There are so many ways businesses can learn about the cloud computing, learn about different ways they can into the cloud. And there are also different third-party tools or third-party assurance reports that can also help. They can check reviews and they can become more confident, and slowly they can move all their workloads to the cloud. And another approach is to also get some kind of consultancy, like reach out to different consultants that can actually help them in identifying or tailoring their solutions to meet into the business requirement. Because sometimes some businesses might move into the cloud and they might want to have access to all the features of the cloud, which is not possible for a business that does not need them. So we can tailor their cloud needs to their own business needs and use them to have the specific needs they need. If it's just for the Active Directory for their users, or if it's just for the websites, if it's just for their softwares, for their applications, they tailor it to their needs. And that will help them to see how the cloud works out, and also make use of cost analysis, because it's also good to monitor what they're spending on the cloud and turn off what is not needed. So this is my advice to businesses. And once they take this advice, they'll be able to adopt cloud computing.
I'd like to ask you if you can share a personal experience or a case study where cloud computing made a significant difference.
Yes. So, well, if I'm talking about a personal experience or a case study, I will talk about a case study, not a personal experience. For example, everyone is familiar with Netflix, and Netflix is a popular videos or a movie software where everybody loves to go there to watch movies, watch latest movies. So Netflix is a global streaming service that offers a wide range of TV shows and movies and the likes. In the past, let's say in 1997 or 1990s or early 1990s or late 1990s, when Netflix was founded, their services was basically on premises, using DVD rental services, using normal on premises tools. And over the years, they transitioned into the cloud. They have over 208 million subscribers or more in more than 190 countries after adopting the cloud services. Netflix adoption of cloud services was a game changer for the cloud company. And in the early days, Netflix only started using traditional IT infrastructure, which was expensive, cloud consuming to manage. The company's rapid growth and increase in demand for content and delivery can also be prompted with more scalable solutions, in the sense that these days you can have more than millions of users accessing Netflix at the same time, because they have access to scalable cloud solutions, they have high security, they have growth in their business. Today, Netflix runs its entire video streaming infrastructure on AWS with over 2,500 active microservices and over 1,000 AWS accounts. So the adoption of these services has brought benefits to Netflix, including scalability. It has also brought cost savings, faster innovations, and Netflix success for adopting cloud services is a key factor in any company's growth and success, because in Nigeria, we also have different movie industries. We have some movie industry that can adopt some of these strategies, some of these things that can allow users to get access to our Nigerian movies all over the world and stream them without having any downtime, having any issues, or having any low quality issues or things like that. So this is a use case which I think everybody can look into because Netflix is quite successful, and their cloud computing has been perfect all over the world. And I don't think they have any issues with any other countries because everything is seamless. So that is what I can share in regards to my personal experience.
Interesting stuff. Now, but before I let you go, what role do you see cloud computing playing in the broader context of digital transformation across the continent?
Yes, so in Africa, I would say that Africa is still developing, and in the next 10 years, in the next 15 years, I think most or if not every business will be in the cloud in Africa. So there's a big market for cloud computing, and I think cloud computing will play a major role in the cloud, will play a major role in Africa, and this major role is going to see a shift in the way Africa is seen all over the world, because I believe that they have what it takes to actually go into this. For example, in Nigeria, I know some companies, or if not most companies these days, use cloud computing. And in some other countries in Africa, like South Africa, Rwanda, and some other countries that are quite high in digital technologies, they also make use of cloud computing. And I'm very sure that other countries who are not aware of this will become aware as time goes on, and they will be able to adopt the pay-as-you-go model to be able to tailor the IT needs according to what they need. So I think it will play a major role in regards to how the technology sector is going to be shaped, and the infrastructure will no longer be used, and it will be more of cloud computing all over Africa.
Just finally, this just came to my mind. There are always challenges because it looks like everything is so smooth. Issues around security,
Yes.
issue around compliance,
Yeah.
performance, and all of that.
Yes.
Tell us how that has been
Yes.
as we wrap up this segment of the show.
Okay, so to wrap up, everything that has an advantage has a disadvantage. And for security, I would say that cloud computing is quite secure, but the same, almost similar security threats on premises, some of them you can also find on the cloud. That is why we have to leverage most of the security features on the cloud. And while studying in cybersecurity, we made aware of different tools or different security features that can be utilized to protect the cloud environment. For example, we have intrusion detection systems, we have intrusion prevention systems. We also have the use of multi-factor authentications. We have the use of Microsoft Sentinel, Defender for the cloud. We have alerting system. We have log analytics. So there are so many tools that can be used for security. Recently, I developed a machine learning algorithm for network anomaly detection. So when you have a kind of intrusion into your network, then this API can detect them and know if it's an attack or if it's a normal network traffic. So some of these things are things that can help to detect any threat and use for security. Then another disadvantage or another issue might be, should I say, the currency, because most of these cloud services we have out there, it's either based in dollars or based in whatever currency it is being hosted. And I noticed that in Africa, we might not have some of these cloud accounts that can be paid in our local currencies. So this is something that I'm sure that these bodies are looking into, and I'm sure they'll be able to come up with something that would suit all our needs. And another disadvantage might be sometimes in the cloud, you need the technical expertise, although some of these trainings and some of these things are actually out there for everyone to learn. But sometimes you still need technical expertise, you still need some knowledge to be able to go into the cloud and do everything the way it should be expected. So those are some of the challenges and some of the things I can speak on today in regards to challenges and security.
I must thank you so much for your time, Mr. Chukwuka Owobolo, cloud engineer. They joined us live from the UK. I like your smile. People say I smile, but I think I like your own smile. Thank you so much. Do enjoy the rest of your day.
You too. Thank you for having me.
All right, then. Hope to have you again.